Right, so today's interviewee is Philip Brunstetter, bringing him into the spotlight for the day. Now, to start you off, how did you contribute originally with The Fridge Killer?
Well, I was an actor that played many characters. I was a zombie, another zombie, well, just about every other zombie. And then I was an insane delivery man named Paul Postal who would send letters to people, send weapons of mass destruction to others, the works. Along with that, I helped with some of the costuming and special weapons. I provided the sword, the laser gun, and a jacket. And that was about it.
Yeah, but you contributed originally. You were here since the beginning of this.
Yep, I've been here since the beginning of the madness. The madness that's sweeping the nation.
So, since then, what have you been doing, in general as a whole?
Well, I've now been put in charge of pretty much everything having to do with the CGI, making the basic stuff. You there, Rick, are in charge of all the compiling of such, like adding the green screen, etc. I'm in charge of getting the direct stuff, the raw stuff out. Like in the upcoming Gallagher project, I'm going to be making the ships, I'm going to be setting up the levels, pretty much all the action. Then Rick's going to take the bits of it that he wants, or the bits that look really cool, and put them into the movie. My objective is to create a whole bunch of it and stuff, so Rick can get the good stuff out and leave the crummy stuff behind.
So you're working as visual effects, basically, and all the special effects and stuff like that. You're going to be in charge of making sure all the CGI bits are going to look as good as they're going to be this time around.
Yep, and along with that, Gallagher project, I am also going to help with the Star Wars one, which is way out there, and the Halo one. Yeah, I helped with the Presidential Halo. All I was just a little character, just doing some of the character movement.
Like Machinima works, and Machinimator is...
Yeah, Machinimator.
So, pretty cool. So, yes, for the upcoming projects, what are your tools? How do you make your models and stuff like that? How do you go through the process of actually creating models and stuff like that to be used during a CGI scene?
Well, I run it through a game. Not a game no one really know about. An older game. Yep, but the trick is for me, I use two things, just to be safe. I use a program for the computer. It's a 3D editing software. You can create basic geometric shapes, put them together, texture them, give them color, and then you put them together in any way you can think of. Then you can export them as a model that works in the game. Then all it takes after that is just creating a file that defines what that particular model is supposed to do. And if I need to fix the model, say the text didn't come out right, I can quickly change another little program that can work on the in-game models. It's good stuff.
So you go through, you make the models, you texture them, and then you export them to wherever you need to go to make a scene or something like that.
Yep. Once you're done making the model, though, then you have to actually set up a scene. That's pretty easy. That's all with the game, so that's no big deal. Bless you.
Yeah. Excuse me. So, you've also been practicing coding and stuff like that, too.
I can talk about that forever.
Well, don't talk about it forever. We only got a little bit of time left. But,
yep.
Well, what could you say about coding, since this seems to help make a ton of your visuals and 3D models and stuff like that to use?
Coding's what makes your stuff come to life. Without it, you can't do it. Most coding in computer games is pretty easy stuff. You can just crack it open with Notepad, and it'll tell you everything, all the values you need to change. Speed, power, defense, the basics.
So that's how you create different ships and characters and stuff like that if need be.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive. So what do you plan on doing now with the upcoming TheRicworks projects? Are you looking forward to being able to work with all these different people? Because this time around, we're going to be working with new faces and stuff like that. There won't be as many returning characters this time around because all of them are going to school or the military or stuff like that. So you looking forward to working with some new faces and interacting?
Well, new people will see my talent. Be nice. I got a lot of stuff I can do. Yep, and I'm helping out with finding some new faces. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so you're looking forward to that. And, I don't know, are you going to continue practicing and sharpening your skills to get a better understanding of what you can do with your visual effects and stuff like that
I think I about got it figured out. It took me about a year or so to figure out how to code one game properly, and then after that, I got basic knowledge to go into any other game and do its coding. It's pretty easy stuff once you figure it out. Your knowledge builds after a while. Like building blocks, you can build it up and you can start doing anything with it.
I guess for the last question to ask you, since we're almost out of time, what's the hardest part about creating a model? Was particularly like a 3D ship?
Shit. That depends usually. Well, the biggest ship I ever tackled making so far has been the Pillar of Autumn from Halo 1. Big, lots of shapes, used hexagons, making those was fun. Dang, you had to create every panel on that thing, you had to slap it on there and have a bracket to connect. It's just the time put into it, so not so much what you have to do, it's the time and effort you put into it. You have to have a time, you have to have patience, and you really gotta have a mindset. You don't want to do it. If I'm being told to do something like that, I wouldn't do it. If I wanted to, I could take a crack at it. But I like to say, with all things considered, it turned out perfect.
So that's the hardest part, is basically just, putting the ships together and giving them shape.
Yeah, once you're done with that, the coding is just easy. It just comes naturally.
That's good. Well, we can't wait to use more of your talents in the upcoming projects that we have in mind. And thank you for your time today.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, and we are signing off.